Hello my Foonatics, it's Fufu here. Today we're going to be doing a PU Wi-Fi battle. This is one that I got off my stream. Yes, I streamed some Wi-Fi battles, so if you want to Wi-Fi battle me, make sure that you follow my Twitter. That is where you'll find out what's going on. I'll either be streaming battles or maybe taking some off stream. If I do that, I might even be able to record them live, which is exciting. But this one is going to be a post-con for now. I'm really excited to show it to you because it's using my new team. I bred 4 of the Pokemon on this team. 2 of them have specific hidden powers, so I put a lot of commitment and dedication into this team, and it is really cool. And I'm not just boasting or bragging or whatever, it is really cool. It's super cool. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on it at the moment. I've got a couple of other matches that actually show it off really well out of the 3 of them. So hopefully you can watch them, and then at the end I'll post a link to the team or something if you want to use it. It's really cool. I really recommend you check it out. I'm playing John Origins in this match. He's another YouTuber and you should go and look at his content. He's got an amazing channel, loads of cool things, and lots of Showdown. I know you guys like Showdown, so please give it a look. I'll put the link in the description. So on my team I have a Probopass, I have an AV Poliwrath, I've got a Drifblim, who's a monster. We've got a Zebstrika for that speed. It's Expert Belt and not Choice because I don't really like being choiced in, even though it's not as powerful. I don't know, I prefer Expert Belt. We've got the Ice Cream Cone, and finally, the big man himself, Mr. Servine, who is an insane threat and is probably my favourite Pokemon in PU at the moment, which is saying something because PU is my favourite tier. So, yes, Servine, amazing, I love it, can't get enough. Looking at John's team, he's got some massive threats. He's got a Behemoth that nukes anything with that analytic and potentially specs. It just OHKOs like the whole tier, depending on the coverage. It is so scary. He's also got a Luxray, which I like, but you never know what it's going to be, so that's the problem with that. 2 Dragon Dance setup threats in Whiscash and Scraggy, which is scary because they're both relatively bulky setup threats, so yeah, a bit scary there. Got Leafeon, which could be SD, could be defensive, and finally a Probopass. So that's the team I'm facing. We'll have to jump in the battle to see what happens. So I decided to lead off with my Probopass to try and get rocked up relatively early, as John does decide to do the same. I guess we're both sturdy. I don't think either of us are magnet pull. I am just going to go straight for an Earth Power to get damage on the Probopass. Looks like he's probably specially defensive because I'm actually max special attack modest, and that didn't do very much damage. So he sets up his his rocks. They are threats, but that's not what they're called. And I'm going to set up my rocks too. Good to see that he is lefties and not anything tricksy like a, I don't know, a Custap or anything. So I can get my rocks up, and the Leafeon comes in. I need to be careful here because Leafeon can do lots of scary things like sword dancing and stuff. I'm going to Volt Switch. I actually outspeed here. I was really confused because I'm super slow, but then I realized he must be going for a Roar. So I'm just going to go into the thing that takes the least damage from the rocks, which is actually my Polly Pocket, because I do know that he's going for the Roar. There's no way that he would be slower unless he was going for the Roar. So that worked out. He does go for the Roar, and I get dragged into my Striped Seeds, the Zebstrika, and I can go for an Overheat here. I guess that he probably knows that I've got the Overheat, but it's still probably my safest play, so that's what I'm going to do. But he does see that coming, goes into his No, actually, I go for a Volt Switch, I think, trying to keep up momentum, because I didn't think that he would go into the Whiscash. And I do actually have an HP Grass on this as well. I was considering running HP Ice because there are some Dragon types like Fracture and Dragonair that I'd have no coverage for. But Whiscash is a big threat, and I see that more commonly than the other two. So I decided to go with HP Grass because, yeah, it's a good coverage move. So now we're in with Mr. Poliwrath, and I'm going for a Circle Throw right here, which is again why his thing outspeeds me. I could have gone for a Waterfall, which would have killed him, but he might have been going in straight switching into the Leafeon, so I just went for a Circle Throw. He actually Volt Switches into it. So I could have got a big waterfall off, which probably would have killed from where he was at. But that's not what happened. I am going to circle throw on the Leafy on it, take some rocks damage as well, so that's good. Unfortunately, he goes into the Luxray, which is definitely not something that I wanted to see. Really isn't. So yeah, I actually just stay in here, thinking that he might predict my Zeb Striker switch with the lightning rod. But he doesn't. He just destroys my Polymath. So that was a really poor play. To be fair though, I didn't have many switches in on a Guts Luxray. I really didn't have many switches. I could have gone into my Probopass, but I feel like that will be more useful walling other things later. So now we're going to my freaking Ice Cream, which was a really bad play because I'm modest, which is the only reason I don't outspeed. I would have thought he would be Adamant Guts, but he's actually running Jolly Guts, so he takes out my Ice Cream. Ice Cream was great against his team as well. It was a really good nuker, and I had HP Ground for the Probo as well, so that was really upsetting, and I played that so wrong. But that did guarantee that he was put in Leaf Storm range from famous Viner the Servine, so I can just go straight for the Leaf Storm, as he actually sends in his Probopass here. And I was hoping that it wouldn't take out his Probopass, because we've seen it especially defensive. I was hoping, because Servine is relatively weak before the boost, I wouldn't take him out. But actually I do just bop him there, because otherwise I would have been able to get 2 Leaf Storm boosts. But I'm looking pretty good right now. There aren't many things that are going to be able to take this hit. He goes into Scraggy that definitely can take the hit. But actually I stay in because I think there's not really anything that he can do to me. He can't Oko me with anything, I don't think. I really doubt that he can anyway. And if he Dragon Dances, I'm actually Choice Scarf. So there we go. Yeah, he wouldn't have outsped if he Dragon Danced, and I would have been able to 2-hit KO anyway. I feel like Scarf is a good item for Servine because it's really fast anyway, and it hits a really nice speed with the Scarf. And Leaf Storm is really the only move you're going to be going for anyway. It doesn't get great coverage, and the other moves on this set are all a bit weird and wacky, and you will see in future battles what they are. But it's more like support moves rather than any coverage moves, because Hidden Powers won't do any damage anyway. It's got a relatively low special attack, so Leaf Storm is the only reason it becomes a threat. So now I'm going to go for another Leaf Storm on the Behem. The way he's been playing it, it seems to be, it doesn't seem to be AV. I was thinking if it's AV, but if it was AV, because I've got all the boosts right now, I would have taken it out. Anyways, we're going to switch out the Servine because it missed a thing, and actually it still can be useful, but it just went on a monstrous rampage right there. That was ridiculous. Trick Room is up, but I do have Nige here that can soak up some hits, hopefully. And he actually can hit back pretty hard because he's max special attack, so that's good. We see the Behem as Life Orb, which is terrifying. And he's got the Trick Room, and now he goes for a nasty plot. I don't know if that was like the best play. I think I suppose it is because it just does double damage anyway, so two attacks would just mean more life or damage. So yeah, probably is the best play. Now he's gonna go for the Thunderbolt. I wasn't sure if this was going to take me out. It turns out it doesn't, because Probopass is a monster. This is not invested in special defense at all. This is just max HP, max special attack. So yeah, he's a monster. And I can take out the Behem with my Probopass. Now, the interesting thing is, Trick Room is still up. So John is actually going to go into the Whiscash here, and I can't do very much to it. I could hit it with an Earth Power, but that's not going to do anything. Because Trick Room is still up, I would go first. So his play here is definitely just go for a Dragon Dance, because he will outspeed the next turn anyway. So I'm going to straight switch out into my Stripe Tease, my Zeb Striker. If he goes for a if he just tries to kill me off, that's fine. If he goes for an EQ and kills me off, because Servine will then outspeed and be able to KO. If he goes for a Dragon Dance, hopefully I can get a hit off with my Zeb Striker, because I should still outspeed, because I'm max speed timid really, really fast. And I get the Hidden Power Grass boosted by the Expert Belt off, but it's not enough to take out the Whiscash, which is not great, because now something else has to do something, and I have to rely on my clutch Drifblim, Bliftrim. Bliftrim is here. And I do have an ace up my sleeve, which is the Sucker Punch, which I'm able to go for. It was a tricky call there, because I run a Whiscash with a Resto Chesto, and if he had that and I went for the Sucker Punch, I'm pretty much just doomed. But luckily he does go for the attack and I can get the sucker punch off. And now I'm just going to go for an acrobatics, I believe, because this Drifblim, interestingly, does not have an item. I feel that is best because it means you can get a full power acrobatics off, and also you don't take as much damage from knockoff. So it's a cool set in my opinion. You can it's got a lot of attack, enough speed to outspeed Pawnyards because they're still in the tier and a big threat, and I can get a Will-O-Wisp or a Destiny Bond off. I'm actually running Destiny Bond, not Will-O-Wisp. And then the rest in defense, so it can take hits relatively well. So yeah, knockoffs shouldn't be killing, but might kill, but shouldn't be. So yeah, I'm able to do that and defeat John, and Servine was still in the back there, so it's a narrow 2-0 victory with almost a counter sweep coming from the Wish Cache there. But yeah, Servine is amazing. Definitely my favourite new PU mon, because you saw there, it was just going to be a clean sweep. It would have just, unless I suppose the whatchamacallit, Leafeon could have taken a hit. But I don't think it could, because it had already taken some damage, I think. Yeah. So that was a really great battle against John Origins. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really, really advise you to try out Servine. But keep your eyes peeled because I've got a couple more PU matches, and you will see the pretty much full set of my Servine, which is something to look out for in my opinion. I've been Foofoo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!